90 pounds in 90 days starts now. Hunger is like a tank. It's like back in the days when a tank first showed up. It was impenetrable. It was deadly. It couldn't be stopped. And so it's the same thing with hunger. Hunger is one of those things that can be controlled, but you can't control it under conventional means. You can't control hunger like you've always. You've got to go a step farther, and you got to think outside of the box. Hunger is something that has to continuously be tamed. You got to take that tank, that strong weapon of war, and you got to turn that tank into a moped. Now, how do you do that? You decrease it, but yet you still feed it. You give it just enough to make it quiet and act a little bit more tame. So basically, what am I saying? A tank is something, or your hunger is something that you can't go too long without eating. Because once you go so long without eating, what happens is you'll eat anything and everything and get full and overfull till you just lose complete and total control. And then when the stuff you eat is not good, it takes over and it takes control of you, and you eat more of the bad stuff. Starting your day, an orange, a banana, an apple, those are complex carbohydrates. It'll kind of help calm the beast. It'll kind of help tame it. Staying away from heavy sweets and breads first thing in the morning. Man, my thing was, every morning, if I was doing the delivery, going somewhere, I would have me a coffee. I have me probably a Egg McMuffin. I ain't gonna say the name of the place, but the Egg McMuffin. And then I would have one of these little Danish treats they used to have. My goodness, it was like a cinnamon Danish, had cinnamon all in it, and had frosting on top. And I would eat that thing. When I started eating that, later on that day around 12 o'clock, I had to eat something else that had to be bread, and then I had to have something sweet, like a Reese's cup or some more food. And then by the end of the evening, I had to have some more food. And then the more sweets I ate, the more sweets I wanted. So it's kind of like you set your own self up for failure once you start your day the wrong way. And it's always best not to get too hungry. Calm the beast. I say, hey, eat 5, 6 times a day, and set it up. My family think I'm just totally outrageous, because what I do, I won't eat a whole hamburger. I eat a half a hamburger. Then later on, I eat another half of the hamburger, and then I get my other food to set for me. So I eat 5 to 6 times a day, but I eat the right things. I'm not hungry, but me not being hungry sustains me. And they look at me like, wow, man, he must be Superman. You know, and it's not that I'm Superman. It's just that I try to have dominion over my circumstance. And so if you could learn a better way, listen, if the best way you could do is to eat a whole bunch of food, stretch your stomach, and then eat the wrong stuff, and then stay hungry all day long, listen, has the beast been quieted? Or if you fed it a whole bunch of stuff that it wants, your brain says you want, you will be hungry all day and all night long. It got to the point to where, because of the way I ate, literally I get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would get me some ice cream, and then once I got me some ice cream, man, I'm like, man, I like to have some cookies. And you know, I remember, I don't know if I ever told you, but I got 6 kids. So whenever my wife was pregnant, she'll go through these little phases where she was either key lime pie or lemon meringue pie. She had to have it, and not a whole pie. Come on, it was a little corn pieces. And I don't know, back in the day, now they're open 24 hours, the different stores. But at that time, I had to make it there by 12 o'clock, or at least have something in the refrigerator, so that if she needed something, I would get up there and go to her beck and call, because you know how it is, excited about your kids. And so One of the things is not to get so hungry. You gotta, it's something about having more protein that helps the muscle too. It's something about the fiber that helps things move along like it should. Having complex carbs kind of keep you up and balanced so that you can get through your day. Like they used to tell me, work smarter, not harder. And the more smarter you work, the more you'll be able to keep your distance from all those bad foods. Because once you get hungry, you become a. My daughter used those two words together. One of them was hungry and angry, and she called it hangry, or was it hungry and angry? Call it well, it doesn't matter what it's called. But the thing of it is, somehow, some way, you can defend yourself against hunger. Somehow, some way, you can defeat hunger. You have to stand your ground, and you have to work smarter and not harder. You have to think about what things that later on throughout the day that you're going to eat. Don't wait until you're hungry and just stuck and you got to eat. Set your foods up. Have a menu of what things you can eat. Have snacks. One of the best snacks I used to love to do back in the day when I was doing bodybuilding, I have dried fruit. You know, like look, dried bananas and it was apricots, maybe apricots, who knows. But anyway, it's a bag of stuff and peanuts and all these different things. And for some reason, my best cheap food, I don't know if I'm saying this, my best cheap food is something with peanut butter in it. And because it's something with peanut butter, what would happen is, it's something about the peanut butter because it takes a little while to chew it, to swallow it. And then if you got a little fiber mixed in, whatever you're doing, it slows it down. And it's literally, it sticks longer in your gut for some reason. And then because it sticks longer, the protein is better absorbed throughout your body, which the slower it is, the more your body's going to get, the better you're going to feel throughout the day. And you don't get to that point to where you just, have you ever ate a whole bunch of junk? And when I say junk, I mean bread and sweets. Have you ever ate a whole bunch of it and then right after eat, you just zonked? You feel like you got to go to sleep. Come on now, think about this. If you eat a whole bunch of sweet, let's go with a donut. Now, we got a place in town. I love the place. I ain't gonna tell you what city I'm in, but it's like a view. It's the greatest view, and you could see the view where I'm. Okay, forget that. Anyway, they got the best donuts in the world. And my thing, I'll pull up to the window. Do you know what they say? Oh, Mr. Apple Fritter, what would you like today? And I look at them. I go, an apple fritter. But if I'm gonna cheat and eat a apple fritter, what do? I cut it up in 4 pieces. I cut up in 4 pieces, so I eat a small piece that day, then maybe another small piece later on that evening, and then a small piece maybe the next day, and then another small piece that evening. And what I do, I put all of those pieces together, and then I end up taking 2 days to eat it, but I don't put it all in my body all at one time. And so I say the same thing to you. Just figure out what you're going to do ahead of time. Be very smart, and you can beat hunger. You can control hunger, and you can conquer hunger. All right. This has been 90 Pounds in 90 Days from Health Watch. Thank you.